I'm Richard Saxton. It's a pleasure to talk with an old friend, Arnold Palmer, golf legend, course designer. Arnie, you played about a dozen tournaments on the senior tour last year, but what's taking up all your time?
Well, we're doing a lot of golf course design work, and that takes us all over the world. And the good news is we just signed one to do in Valencia, right here in Los Angeles, and we're looking forward to that.
You have them in Palm Springs, Palm Desert area. All over the world you design courses?
That's right. And, of course, the hot area right now is China, which we are doing a lot of work there. And, of course, the good news is that we're getting a lot of work. California, most of the United States now seems to come alive, and we're doing a lot of golf courses right here at home.
What actually do you do in terms of the design of the course? Do you go out and march the land and decide what holes you want to put where?
Well, I do a little bit of everything in the design. I have a great crew of people who do just work very diligently all the time in doing the work, and I kind of coach and stay with them from time to time, looking over the land and seeing what we're going to put on it. And it's getting very involved, and I pay visits to the sites as the golf course is built.
Do you have a favorite out of all the courses you've designed around the world?
No, I'd never say that. No, I have a lot of favorites, and of course they go from anywhere you want to name it to the other end of the world.
Well, let me put it this way. What about the most challenging course to design?
Well, we like to think that we design our golf courses that any one of them could be very challenging at any time. But we also like to design golf courses that are, let's say, more for friendly to the user. Mm-hmm. And that is very important to us. And so what we're trying to do is build golf courses that really accommodate all the people that are going to be playing them.
You just signed a deal to build a course in Valencia, as you mentioned. What's the clincher? Why did they pick Arnie Palmer?
Well, that's interesting. They've built some golf courses before, and they seem to be very happy to say that we're going to do this golf course for them, and I'm pleased that they like that idea.
What else is keeping you busy? What other outside interests? Do you have apparel, clubs, that kind of thing?
Well, our company in Chattanooga, Tennessee is really resurging into the golf market now very strong with the new Arnold Palmer line of golf equipment, which is going to be really hitting the market just about as we speak. And, of course, the accent will be put on that at the PGA show in January. And that company is coming along very well. I still play a little golf from time to time, and some exhibitions around also from time to time. And I manage to keep myself busy, making a speech occasionally and that sort of thing.
Which takes up the most of your time? How do you organize your schedule?
Well, most of my time, of course, is I'm pretty heavy into course design now, and that does take a lot of the time. I run a couple country clubs, and that takes a little bit of time. And I have 5 grandchildren, and I would like to think that they take a little bit of my time.
Do you globetrot commercially or privately?
No, I fly my own airplane. I have a Citation 7, and shortly we'll have a Citation 10, which will take me overseas also.
You just couldn't have this kind of schedule without your own plane?
Or it would be impossible. And with scheduling as it is today, I suppose that I might do that or that forbidden thing, and if I didn't fly myself and retire.
Let me ask you about how many events you're going to schedule next year on the senior tour. How many do you try and plan? I think you played a dozen this year.
Well, and that's going to be about as many as I'll play next year. I don't expect that I'll play more than that. With the extra events that are coming along, whether it be Greg's tournament here or Jack's tournament in Palm Springs or Raymond's tournament or whatever, those events keep me busy also.
How do you decide which ones to go to? I mean, you mentioned some friends. You got to keep them happy, right? But how else do you decide?
Well, sure. I'm going to play, if my friends want me to play in their events, I'm going to play in them. That's something that the fraternity of golf has kind of kept together, and I'd like to think that that will go on for a long time.
A couple seconds. Let me ask you about the equipment. Is it catering to the high-end golfer or kind of the average golfer, the beginner? Where are you trying to target?
Well, I think that the new golf equipment that's coming out today is really targeted for all the golfers, and certainly the equipment that we are building is good so that young people as well as old people can play and play almost as good as they could when they were in their prime.
You like the titanium, the graphite shafts, and all the technology that's out there now?
Well, I think it has really kept the game very young for a lot of people, and a lot of people very young for the game.